Casino States domesticates national policy on nano, micro, small and medium enterprises. Nigeria Center for Disease Control recalibrates to counter spread of mpox. And organized labor receives new stock of CNG buses to ease transportation challenges. Hello and welcome to the News Desk at 3 on Nta News24. We are live in Abuja. I am Dennis Adegunloye. The organised labour has received a new stock of CNG buses to ameliorate the transportation challenges faced by Nigerian workers. Ladi Bala reports that Secretary General of the Trade Union Congress, Nuhu Toro, took delivery of the buses from the Minister of Finance and Coordinating Minister of the Economy, Wale Edun, at the Eagle Square, Abuja.
This is a significant development in Nigeria's transportation sector. The federal government of Nigeria has received 60 compressed natural gas buses from Jet Systems Automobile as part of its effort to ease transportation challenges faced by Nigerians.
So there's a pivot away from fossil fuel, there's a particularly petrol and diesel towards compressed natural gas and even electric vehicles, which are cleaner, more climate friendly, and of course, much cheaper on the pocket.
What word of assurance do you have for Nigerians that before December, we will have most of these refilling stations across the country?
No, this initiative is just beginning. These are the early steps, and there is commitment to bringing in more CNG buses and more CNG kits so that people can convert.
Economic experts note that government alone cannot drive the economy, hence the need to create an enabling environment for private sector involvement.
For this to move forward, it has to be a concerted effort between the private sector and the public sector.
The representative of the organized labor applauds the initiative.
The last interaction we had with Mr. President, he promised to assist organized labor, Nigerian workers and their family with CNG buses. And this is part of it. We took delivery of the first batch. This is the second batch. They are excited about it.
Nigerians await the benefit of CNG initiatives. In Abuja, Ladi Bala, Nta News.
In the meantime, the signing of a memorandum of understanding for gas sales and purchase agreements between NNPC Limited and joint venture partners is a critical step towards utilizing and monetizing Nigeria's abundant gas resources. Minister of State's Petroleum Resources, Gas, Ekperikpe Ikpo, says this is in line with President Bola Tinubu's vision of fast-tracking Nigeria's journey towards a gas-driven economy. Lydia Sampson reports.
Opined that harnessing Nigeria's abundant natural gas resources for rapid industrialization, economic growth and development is sacrosanct.
And I urge all parties to continue in the same steadfastness that has enabled us surmount all previous hurdles.
After a decade-long journey, pen has been put to paper, sealing the agreement that will supply 270 million standard cubic feet of gas per day, the largest single gas sale purchase agreement to any domestic industry in Nigeria.
Who have collectively invested in this project. We believe this will significantly advance Nigeria's gas infrastructure to the next level.
Started the journey 2015. We actually signed or agreed to a GSPA, but that was not executed. But today, parties to this agreement have aligned and are here today ready to execute this very pivotal agreement for the betterment of the brass fertilizer company.
It is expected that the partners will commence actual construction of the project of national importance, projected to bring in much-needed foreign direct investment and create thousands of jobs, while also changing the face and fortunes of the host state and community for good. In Abuja, Lydia Sampson, Nta News.
The Ministry of Marine and Blue Economy has joined forces with the Infrastructure Concession Regulatory Commission and the Bureau of Public Enterprises to revolutionize Nigeria's ports through effective public-private partnerships. This strategic collaboration aims to modernize ports, boost economic growth, and reposition Nigeria as a maritime hub in West Africa. Vivian Izadife reports.
The Ministry of Marine and Blue Economy is revamping its ports through a partnership with ICRC and BPE. The Minister, Adebunga Oyetola, stressed the importance of public-private partnerships for sustainable port reforms. He emphasized that the previous PPP models faced challenges due to over-reliance on government funding.
Most of the ports you mentioned are supposed to be ongoing, are installed majorly by core investors. Sometimes they come up with a business case that looks very robust. When it comes to implementation, they don't have the funds. So the government is not supposed to put so much money into it, otherwise it's no longer PPP.
The Director General of ICRC, Dr. Jobson Ewalefu, restated private sector's involvement to unlock Nigeria's marine resources.
Nigeria is blessed. We are a country whereby we have all it takes in the marine sector to be a big player in the West African coastal line and also in Africa. And like we all know, the funding to do this are not there. They are not there. The only option that we have is to gather private sector funds to do this. And that is why Mr. President, in appointing me, said that we use my experience and expertise to ensure that bringing private sector financing in building and revamping our infrastructure in this country.
With this renewed drive, Nigeria aims to become a key player in West Africa's marine industry through robust private sector participation, driving economic growth and prosperity. Vivian Izadife, Nta News.
To health matters. Amidst rising mpox cases in Nigeria, key players in the national response are redefining and building a fit-for-purpose health workforce to identify the potential routes, transmission and preventative strategies of the disease. Olusheye Adeagbo has details.
In the mpox epidemiological summary of the Nigeria Center for Disease Control and Prevention, the country has no record of deaths but confirms cases have increased to 90 out of over 1,000 suspected in 33 states across the federation, including the FCT. In the face of the outbreak, health workers unconditionally remain vulnerable. Consequently, Nigerian Red Cross Society is responding to this medical emergency by lending support to these essential workers through capacity building of field officers comprising 5 from the selected states, primarily to provide insight into mpox, like surveillance and control.
This is our own area. We are seeing the objective of the populace to fight against mpox, to avoid mpox, and we need to collaborate with people in that field to be able to train ourselves and occupy that gap that may exist in government functions.
All the state Senate representatives, all the border entry point members, say the airport and NCDC, they are part of this training. So we can say that there is commitment.
In this capacity building, it provides an opportunity for us to be able to discuss among colleagues and learn our best practices.
This training doesn't stop here. It's going to trickle down to the LGAs. So you're going to have the states that have been trained here go to the LGAs and get community informants that will be able to train on both surveillance, risk communication and community engagement.
The workshop is supported by the Norwegian Red Cross. In Abuja, Olusheye Adiagbo, Nta News.
In the meantime, succor is coming to 1 million visually impaired persons across the country through the Christian Health Association of Nigeria and Education, Social and Health Mission, a non-governmental organization of the Nigerian Supreme Council for Islamic Affairs. Lydia Sampson provides more on this unique collaboration cutting across differences.
Starting at the National Christian Center with speeches and interactive awareness on the significance of taking care of the eye, President Christian Health Association of Nigeria, Colonel Andrew Imugu, who is also a medical doctor, set the tone by reminding everyone that though the ability to see is a precious gift, millions of Nigerians suffer from vision impairment or blindness.
80% of visual impairment is preventable or treatable. Source, World Health Organization. To this end, we want to encourage you all, as spiritual leaders, to support Chan's eye health initiatives. Now and in the future, remember to regularly go for eye examinations and proper eye care.
For various partners on this mission to restore vision, it is a collective responsibility that must be prioritized to help mitigate the challenge of 1.9 million Nigerians with visual impairment.
Very important for us to highlight particularly the harmful eye practices that we see occur within our communities, where we see that individuals use substances like urine, breast milk, kafura, battery water, onion water, bitter leaf water. Please, all of these are extremely harmful to the eyes and should not be used near the eye or inside the eye. Please, if you have redness, if you have Apollo, please see the eye health professional, the doctor or the surgeon that would attend to you.
Just because of Islamic Affairs is collaborating, especially MESH is collaborating with Chan in distributing these high glasses. So we'll be working in other states. So MESH is going to be doing distribution, handling distribution for the Muslim aspects, Muslims in the country, for the states that we're going to be implementing.
Eye is a very important organ of the body, and it's like a window of the body. So without eye, you can't move around. And so in adulthood, there's what we call presbyopia. And as Chan, we are joining the government of Nigeria to provide eyeglasses to correct presbyopia in the country among people aged 40 and above, so that they can improve in doing or carrying out their livelihood activities.
Over 800 million people around the world who can't see simply for the reason that they don't have reading glasses. And so what we're doing is to scale our partnership across the continent of Africa, and now excitingly in Nigeria, to bring reading glasses, a very simple solution for presbyopia, to the people in need.
The distribution of free glasses took place at the National Mosque Clinic. Many who came with various challenges to their sight were able to clearly see and read.
The innovation of this coming with the collaboration of the Christian and Muslim, I think this is a very welcome development, and I pray this should go a long way in uniting us all together as human beings.
Is awesome, and is something that will be very useful not only to me but to people around me. I have been better equipped to advise, to guide, and to encourage others on how to maintain healthy eyesight.
I was among those that left with the tool to read and see more clearly. It is important to note the huge success collaboration between healthcare providers, religious organizations, and communities can achieve in increasing awareness about eye health and preventable blindness. In Abuja, Lydia Sampson, NTA News.
This is the news desk at 3 on NTA News 24. More reports after this break. Stay with us.
The family of late Dangfom Miss Com John Katkwap Thailand of Shandam, Plateau State announces the sudden demise of their dear son, brother, grandson, husband, father and friend. late Mr. Richard Adamutale, whose sad event occurred early hours on Sunday, October 6, 2024. The late Richard Talen, who died at the age of 42 years in Abuja after a brief illness, is survived by a mother, wife, 3 children, 4 sisters, and in-laws. Burial arrangements. Saturday, October 12, 2024, there will be service of songs at the Holy Trinity Catholic Church, Maitama, Abuja. Time, 4 p.m. Night of tribute on the same day at the Holy Trinity Parish Hall, Abuja. Time, 6 p.m. Tuesday, October 15, 2024, there will be a Christian wake-keep at St. Finbar's Catholic Church, Wayfield, Jos, Plateau State. Time, 4 p.m. Wednesday, October 16, 2024, sympathizers are to assemble at Air Force Military Hospital, Wayfield, Jos. Time, 7 a.m. The corpse will be conveyed from the hospital immediately thereafter to Shandam Town. Requiem Mass will take place at Sacred Heart Catholic Cathedral, Shandam, at 11 a.m. Final interment will be immediately after Mass at the family compound, GRA, Shandam, Yelwa Road. Announcer, Air Vice Marshal U.S. Abbas, retired, for the family.
Welcome back. Now, in recognition of Breast Cancer Awareness Month, experts are engaging stakeholders to promote inclusivity with conversations around closing the care gap. Tokwe Alabi reports that the engagement was hosted by experts to promote education, support and hope for those affected by breast cancer.
The prevalence of breast cancer in Nigeria has experienced a substantial increase, reaching a rate of 54.3 per 100,000 individuals, representing a 100% jump over the past decade, constituting around 23% of all cancer cases and 14% of cancer-related deaths.
Check through, check here, check through the armpits.
This engagement by experts and caregivers recognizes breast cancer as the most often diagnosed disease worldwide, being the primary cause of mortality among women, and acknowledges early detection as a notable impact on the prognosis that mitigates the progression of complications and disability associated with the ailment.
My word to them is that they can survive. Survival is very possible. There are already 3 million people that have survived cancer, and as much as possible they should ensure that they take care. They should run away from herbs. They should explore conventional medical treatment.
There are conversations around breast self-examination and screenings, with the belief that early detection of breast cancer can cause decline in both incidence of illness, death rates and financial burden of treatment.
The problem with the people is that they don't want people to know they are having this thing. That's the issue.
I am not against prayer, by all means. As you are praying about it, you are talking to a doctor. I can feel a mass in my breast. It was not there before. In fact, it's no longer a tip of my finger. It's growing. Say it out.
Most people think it is only when I have time or when I have the actual problem before I can actually go for check-up and all of that. But we are doing this awareness so that people can know, even before you feel anything, you can actually go for check-up.
With only 3 cancer treatment centers in the country, stakeholders believe Nigeria needs at least 1 comprehensive cancer center in each of the 36 states, considering the country's population and number of cancer patients. Tokwe Alabi, Nta News.
In a groundbreaking move, Katsina State has become the first state in Nigeria to domesticate the national policy on nano, micro, small and medium enterprises. And Governor Dikko Rada announced this development at the unveiling and presentation of the Katsina State NMSME policy and graduation ceremony of young entrepreneurs from the employability project of the state government. Awal Haliru reports.
The policy is designed in alignment with the national policy on MSMEs and guided by the Katsina State Development Plan 2024-2043 framework. Governor Adda mandated quarterly reviews of the implementation plan by the State MSME Council and Katsina State Enterprise Development Agency. The graduation ceremony celebrated 217 young entrepreneurs who completed a 6-week intensive training program, acquiring skills in social media marketing and entrepreneurial development.
This demonstrates our commitment to fostering growth and development within the MSME sector and underscore our dedication to creating business-friendly environment. This policy will, God willing, be a catalyst for sustainable economic growth and job creation.
The Katsina State government emphasized the need for collective action, urging development partners, stakeholders and business leaders to join forces in supporting initiatives that foster sustainable economic growth.
One of the things we are trying to push at the national level, at National Institute, is looking for the better Nigerian society. And I know that Mr. President cares so much about Nigerian youth.
The policy further aims to simplify regulatory frameworks to enhance ease of doing business.
The event attracted prominent figures. In Katsina, Awan Hallaru, NTA News.
Ahead of the World Standards Day, the Ministry of Industry, Trade and Investments and the Standards Organization of Nigeria wants manufacturers and producers to ensure compliance with standards to drive a better world for shared vision. An awareness walk was organized to enlighten the public on the relevance of standards in Abuja. Musa Abubakar reports.
Every year on October 14th, the world comes together to celebrate World Standards Day, a day dedicated to raising awareness about the importance of standards in promoting quality, safety, and innovation. To mark this year's celebration, the Standards Organization of Nigeria, SON, is leading an awareness walk through the streets of Abuja, promoting the value of standardization across sectors.
Standard is the bedrock of industrialization. It is the key of what we do. Is the root. It takes its root from everything we do at SON. Like I mentioned, in terms of regulations, in terms of certifications, and in terms of conformity assessment. So standard is very important.
This year's global theme, Shared Vision for a Better World, aligns with SON's efforts to ensure Nigerian products meet international benchmarks, enhancing market competitiveness and consumer trust. As Nigeria continues to navigate economic challenges, events like this highlights the critical role of standards in ensuring sustainable growth. SON's awareness walk is a reminder, embracing standards, Nigeria can build a safer and more competitive economy. From the streets of Abuja, this is how the Standards Organization of Nigeria is paving the way for a better tomorrow, one step at a time. In Abuja, I'm Musa Abubakar, Nta News.
Let's now get a quick check on the top stories. Katsina State domesticates national policy on nano, micro, small and medium enterprises. Nigeria Center for Disease Control recalibrates to counter spread of Mpox. And the organised labour has received a new stock of CNG buses to ease transportation challenges.
This is Nta News24.
That concludes the news desk at 3 on Nta News 24. Thanks for watching. I am Dennis Adegunloye.